Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Before we get started on today's video, if you guys have been following along on my progress on that personal information, stick around to the end of the video. Got some pretty cool news for you on that. Alright boys, so the subject I have today might just hurt a few feelings. It also might be considered controversial, but I'm going to get up on my soapbox because this is my soapbox to stand on, and if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But this is also all in good fun, and if your feelings get hurt about some of the things that I'm going to say today, well, maybe you're the person I'm talking to. Probably not, because I think most of the folks that are watching my channel probably agree with me on this. So let's talk about Facebook Marketplace. So let's talk about Facebook Marketplace. I think you probably either love it or hate it. But what we're going to talk about today is things that are the worst and the best about Facebook Marketplace. We're also going to talk about some common mistakes using Facebook Marketplace and some things that really just get under my skin looking at Facebook Marketplace posts. Now guys, you would think there would be some things that would just be a given when you go to make a post, whether it be on Facebook Marketplace, an auction site, on Craigslist. Yes, there's still guys that use Craigslist. I have to remember that's still a good resource in some cases. So guys, if you're like me, I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking at OBS, at trucks, and anything that interests me, because as you know, once you've searched a few things, it's going to continue to show you those types of things. And of course, when I pop up my Facebook Marketplace, what does it show? Mustang stuff primarily. And I love shopping on Facebook Marketplace, but I also get a little angry shopping on Facebook Marketplace. So let's talk just a little bit about that. Here are some key things if you're going to sell a car on Facebook Marketplace. I would say number one, you might want to take more than one picture. How about at least a minimum of 10 pictures? That would include under the hood, inside the car, not just of the one side of the inside of the car that has the seat that's not tore up. Or how about all sides of the car? Take a picture of the wheels, show the tread. Amazingly enough, if you take a picture under the car, all those things help sell the car and also help the prospective buyer not wonder about the car and reach out to you needlessly. People will appreciate honesty when you post something about a car. So a good representation with good pictures and good lighting. How many times have you guys went and looked at a post on Facebook Marketplace that the post was actually taken at night? You took a picture of a car at night to sell. I can't make this stuff up. You guys have all seen those posts. We've all seen those posts, haven't we? The picture of the car that's one picture and bad light and a 3-word description of the car itself. Or one of my biggest pet peeves, rims. And look, I'm always looking for rims. But you post the wheels and they ship for $5.75. No, because you left the default to Facebook alone, and do you think you're going to ship $200 worth of wheels for $5.75? No, I know this, but take the time. For one thing, I'm looking at a post that should have been listed just as a local sale and not a sale that would ship. Also, here's a novel idea. How about cleaning your car up so it has the best representation of the car when you post it for sale? That includes exterior, interior, and engine. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't like leaving money on the table. I work too hard for my money to leave any of it on the table. So if I'm going to sell something, I want to make sure I get true market value out of what I'm selling. So if I clean it up, inside and out, clean under the hood, get the best pictures I can with the best lighting I can. The more pictures, the better. If Facebook says I can put 20 pictures on there, I'm going to put 20 pictures on there. I'll take a picture under the trunk and send it. Because guess what? The guy or gal who wants to buy this vehicle or item would love to be able to see all of those things. Let's talk about descriptions. First thing, I always would say it's a great idea to start your description off with the city, state, and even possibly the zip code. Because there's nothing worse than getting interested in a vehicle, and of course you have to take the time to go, hey, where's this located? Then you hope you get a response. You're looking through comments. You're trying to figure out where the thing's at. Well, if it's in Seattle, Washington, there's probably a pretty good chance I'm not driving to Seattle, Washington to go pick up a $5,000 Fox body. So what we do is we end up wasting each other's time when we don't put all of the information in the beginning. So spending a little bit of extra time on the front side will save folks a lot of time on the back side with tons of needless questions that could be all answered in the post. Because sometimes the way Facebook Marketplace lists a listing is it's not always apparent where the item or say a vehicle might be located. So start that off. That's your first line. After that, a quick summary of the vehicle, even maybe why you're selling it. And then it's a great idea to list all the features of the vehicle. More information is better than not enough. So if you think you're putting too much information, add some more, because I think people appreciate that. Also, make sure to point out any mechanical or cosmetic, rust, anything like that, issues that would not want to be a surprise to somebody. One of my favorite things to ask somebody if I'm looking at a vehicle, is there anything that I would be surprised by if I come there and look at that I would need to know now before coming and looking at your vehicle? I think we've all been there before where everything wasn't disclosed about a vehicle when we go to take a look at it, and now you've wasted your time, your money, your effort into looking at a vehicle, being prepared to purchase. Because I don't know about you guys, I just don't go look at vehicles. If I'm going to look at something and I'm to that point, I've got money with me and I'm ready to buy it. So just to recap, make sure the description is full. Make sure it gives the good and the bad about the vehicle. Make sure it starts off with the location. Also, it's a good thing to start off too with, if you're not interested in trades, make sure you start that off in the beginning. No trades, not at the end. That will head off somebody at the pass as well that wants to trade. I see nothing wrong with trading. I usually leave that open on most cases if it's something I'm selling, because you never know. Somebody might have something interesting that I might want. But outside of that, if you're not interested in trades, make sure you put that in the beginning. Now let's talk about prices. Here's something else that is a huge pet peeve of mine. How many times do we see somebody post their car and they say, just testing the waters? I don't know about you guys, and maybe I'm talking to somebody on here that's done that. And it's okay to inquire and look, but we all know the guy that's saying, I'm just testing the waters, is looking for offers. Here's my opinion on that. If you want to sell your car, do the research. See what the market value is of what you want to sell, especially on Fox bodies, because it's all over the place. And at the end of the day, come up with a price that you're happy with, that you're willing to settle for. If you come up with a reasonable price that you're willing to settle for, then that's your price. I don't care if somebody says it's too high or too low. That's the price that you are satisfied with. How many times do we see the price that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 or whatever that might be? Now there's a couple of different reasons why you might see somebody post that. Somebody might put a post that just says, taking offers, just putting a feeler out there. Putting a feeler out there to see how much it's worth. Or they may say, trades only. Well, what is the chances of a trades only for your 96 Mustang GT that you want to trade for a crew cab 4-wheel drive truck, that guy that has the 4-wheel drive truck is looking for the 96 Mustang GT? Not saying it's I'm not saying that it's not possible, it's just unlikely. But what you do is, when you do that, is anybody that might be looking for a 1996 Mustang GT, for example, goes to your post and goes, how about put a cash price on there? Also say looking for trades for X. And if my cash price is X. But as we all know, most of the folks who are putting a car like that out there saying trades only, they're hoping to be able to trade up. And hey, if you can trade up, more power to you. I'm just waiting to hear some success stories of people that's actually worked for. And speaking of pricing, if you're going to price your car for sale, do your own research. Get out there and see what they've sold for. Use resources like eBay, especially if it's, say, for example, let's talk about a Mustang Coupe. The prices on coupes are astronomical still right now. Cobras, other things. Whatever you have, try to find that same car and look across the nation, look at Craigslist, look at eBay, look at Facebook Marketplace, and see what they're being listed for. Just because they're listed for that price doesn't mean that's what they're selling for, but you can get a pretty good idea what the general going price is for a car that's similar to yours. Or come up with a price that you can live with, that you're happy with, that no matter what, if somebody says it's too high or too low, you're still happy with the price that you're posting the vehicle for. But post without prices, I'm not sure about you, but they turn me off immediately. I just move on. Now guys, maybe I'm just talking to myself, because if this stuff bothers you, please put a comment down below, because I'd love to hear about it. I'm sure we all have stories, and maybe I'm just off base, I don't know, but I thought it was something that needed to be said. So boys, hopefully you took this in good spirit, because I'm not dinging anybody. Yes, these are some pet peeves of mine, and if you're guilty of them, heck, I've been guilty of my own pet peeves many times. Just remember, take the time if you're going to list something that you're not wasting somebody else's time, right? Also, take good pictures, get a good description, settle on a price, do your research, put the price on there, and make sure you call out any negatives to your idol. So boys, I'm about to wrap this video up. Don't forget at the end, if it's something you're following along, I'll have my weight loss journey update at the end of this video. But I've been thinking about doing this Marketplace video for a long time, because guys, I am on Marketplace a lot. I love using Marketplace. There's tons of great people on Facebook and Marketplace, and a way for us to be able to trade and buy stuff. So yes, these were pet peeves of mine. Hopefully it's all taken in good spirit and good light. And hey, I want to hear, are you guys going to roast me about this video today? Put your comments down, good and the bad. Also, I'd love to hear about your pet peeves on Facebook Marketplace. I might just do another whole video about it. But for now, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up and stick around for the end. For those of you that have stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it. And guys, you don't know how much it means to me, all the comments and the message that I'm getting of you guys supporting and offering up advice along this weight loss journey that I'm on. Also, all the folks who are doing it with me, that added another level of accountability to myself, because I do not want to fail for anybody that's following along with me, that's wanting to do it with me. So all of you guys and gals that are doing it with me, make sure you put comments down in the comment section. I want to see your progress as well. So as you guys can see, I've went ahead and put together a little chart board so we can keep track of the progress. Now, as you'll notice, the start was 306 pounds, which we discussed on the first video. Now, the last video, I made it to 302 pounds, 4 pounds lost for the first week, for a 4-pound total, right? Last week, I was actually in Dallas all week long, moving my daughter and getting her settled into Dallas. Guys, it's tough to stay on your diet when you're traveling, but you can do it, and I stuck with it. I took a cooler, I kept things in the cooler that I could eat, and it's very manageable as long as you plan. So I actually weighed on 110. This video is actually going to come out tomorrow, and my weight was 297. So we lost 5 pounds for a total of 9 pounds total. Guys, if you're looking at this chart, there's 24 spaces on here. On the 23rd, that is Ford Takeover week. That's going to be my goal, 50 pounds. So if I actually lose 2.5 pounds per week up to Ford Takeover, that will actually put me right under 250 pounds. Now my goal is set at 250. If I go over that goal, or actually go under that goal, that'd be phenomenal. But right now, I know if I break it down by 2.5 pounds a week, of course, we have achieved that pretty easy. But it's always easy to achieve larger numbers as you first start. So the numbers are going to get harder. So that means I got to work harder. Cool. So 297 in a couple of weeks. Not too bad, right? I'm pretty excited about it. Now, to be honest with you, I always want more, but I'm probably not going to get more, not unless I really get on the exercise equipment. And I just wasn't able to do that last week. But this week, I'm going to make an attempt to get in there. I've got equipment in the house and get on the exercise equipment and really go ahead and step up and hopefully lose a little bit more for next weekend. So until then, if you guys are following along, I appreciate you following along the progress. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate you uplifting me, keeping me motivated to lose this weight for my health and for my family. I'll see you guys on the next one.